So
Okay,
I'm hoping that we've just spoken about Persuasion. Tar just been nominated for Oscars and everything like that, and everybody keeps raving about this film, mainly because of Kate Blanchett's performance. So Sean, tell us about Tar.
okay. So Tar. So this is the story of like first female conductor of the Berlin, uh, symphonic orchestra, and obviously it starts off. There must be, there must be so many references to classical music. This would be any classical musos would absolutely adore this film, I would think, because there's a lot of. I mean, I'm aware of some of the composers, but anyway, and she goes and she teaches this class in Juilliard, and she's discussing about why would you like this. Anyway, so there's that bit, and she's got she has a relation. So she's got a wife, and she's got an ex-lover who's like a PA. And she had, which you only see through dreams, really. You see that she had a relationship with one of her students. You never actually see that relationship. It's just through she has like disturbed dreams and things. So you just assume. So she's basically gay. She's a lesbian, and it turns out that this girl she commits suicide. So there's all this sort of, and then where she went to teach this class where she was quite horrible. Some people have edited a video, so it's not the whole video. It just makes it look like she's a real bully and a real, particularly not a very nice person, a bit of a predator, if you will, And and it goes viral, and it's like, and then so it all comes across the board, and then the suicide thing comes up, and the people's parents, and she gets lots of flack, and obviously, that she's in front of the board in a few. She's got a pain, so she gets on the drugs and things, and there's a cellist, there's a young cellist that she wants to be involved. Well,
shall we?
She doesn't actually get involved, but her wife, who's the chief violinist, she's sort of, and the ex-lover who's the PA, they sort of notice this thing, so they get a bit funny with her. With her wife, she's got a daughter. It's all very, very convoluted and quite. The relationship.
It seems like everything I've heard about this is that this is really it rises and falls on Kate Blanchett because she plays Tar. I think it's Lydia Tar is the name
Lydia
of the character.
Tar, Lydia
and
Tar.
It's all a character study about her. It isn't really about so much like a plot as it is about this one. Character whenever they make films like this and they make a film who's like a conductor, it makes me think of things like Whiplash and the J.K. Simmons, like
definitely,
leader. Essentially, this character that I think has to be a bit of an egotist to do what they do, and has to be a bit of a monster. So
a little bit of a monster. Yeah.
So really, it's about her. So I've heard a lot about the film being like 3 hours long. But first of all, did you feel the 3 hours?
Yes. Yes, I did.
Aside there.
Yes, I did. Yes. I found it's quite funny because with Kate Blanchett, it started off really good. It was really intense, I thought. But there were times, and I mean, I might just be letting wrong, where I thought she was Kate Blanchett. There was times when it was really good, when she was like, not so much, the conducting part was like Kate Blanchett when she was conducting the orchestra. I thought, well, I can see Kate Blanchett there. Some of the other, like the relationships with the different things and the intensity was, I mean, it was. She was a pretty good performance, but that's all it was about, really. And I'm sure if you were into, this would be like for people that are in the. I mean, I like classical music, but it's like, there's a lot, obviously, many references to classical music, and
so it's a bit like us where we're watching a film like Hail Caesar, and they had all these references to classic movies, and we're like,
yeah.
You see what they did there? I see what they did there.
Because what she does, she rearranges pieces. She sort of, so she might take Bach, and she sort of alters it a little bit for the. So, and in this, I just reminded, this is one thing. This was there was a lot of driving an electric car through tunnels. I don't know if that's supposed to symbolize something, but there is a lot of that goes on, right? It's like real silent, and these look almost futuristic, like I guess it must be in Berlin or somewhere, but there's a lot of that. And that was much like, I don't know why they put this in films. It's like when we went to see She Said, Sharon. Do you know what I mean? There's loads of scenes.
A lot of driving.
And is that to pad it out? Because just go there, just say, right, get in the car, and then you could go there,
and then you're there. Yeah, but it's like, let's
So I reckon this tunnel, I reckon the tunnels, because it was always seemed to be tunnels, I reckon that must have been symbolising something. But for the life of me, I couldn't figure that out. But I'm sure someone will.
Delving into yourself, delving into something.
Yeah, delving into something, getting a bit deeper, getting yourself in trouble, whatever. So I don't know. But
That's yourself underground.
Yeah.
From the second I heard about this film, the second I saw the trailer of this film, I was like, this is going to be, some people are going to think it's a 5 and some people are going to think it's a 1. I just thought straight, I was like, it's going to be one of those sort of films. So what did you think?
It was, I mean, the performances were quite good. I found it particularly long, but I didn't find it particularly like huffy puffy sort of thing. A little bit long, probably not too much annoying. So I would say this would, for me personally, it'd probably be a 3-star sort of effort. This film, 3-star. It wasn't like, I didn't think it was anything really special, and like you say, maybe the performance most of the time by Cate Blanchett is probably fairly good. But I really liked her wife, who was the chief violinist, and there's also the cellist who was part of the orchestra when the young girl comes, and she's like, because she says, there's the bit where she says, "Oh, we've got this. There's a piece of music where you need the cellist at the start of all like that," and she says, and they look at the chief cellist, and she's like really made up and all that. Says, but we're going to have to do auditions. And you can just see the cattiness and the nastiness. And it's like, because everybody looks at the cellist and thinks, oh, this is a great piece for you. You've been in the orchestra for ages, but she wants this young girl to come in, So anyway, 3 stars.
3 stars, 3 stars for Tar, which is I think some people have already started giving Cate Blanchett that golden statue.
Golden statue, yeah.
But I think when I heard about this with Cate Blanchett and her performance and everything, it made me think a little bit of Blue Jasmine. The Woody Allen film in which she played.
Blue Jasmine's great. Blue Jasmine is absolutely. I think I raved about that one.
I think. Yeah, her performance is really good, but it was like a character that I did not like. I think Jasmine and Blue Jasmine, you want to punch her.
Yeah. I think pretty much you would in this one too, if I'm honest.
And everything I've heard about Lydia Tarr, I'm like, you want to punch this woman. You want to punch her in the face.